In 2018, the Trump administration launched a trade war with China. It imposed hefty tariffs on hundreds of billions of dollars worth of Chinese imports. The goal was to protect American jobs and industries. The tariffs covered a wide range of goods, from steel and aluminum to electronics and consumer products. These tariffs made Chinese products more expensive in the US market. Canada and Mexico, however, received exemptions. This was due to the newly negotiated United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or USMCA. The USMCA replaced the North American Free Trade Agreement known as NAFTA. It aimed to modernize trade rules and address concerns about trade imbalances. While China faced tariffs, Mexico benefited from its close ties with the US. As a result, Mexico's position in US trade has dramatically shifted. It has overtaken China to become America's top trading partner. This change is driven by several factors. Nearshoring, where companies move production closer to their customers, has played a significant role. The US-China trade war also accelerated this trend. Mexico's manufacturing sector has experienced growth in recent years. This has made it an attractive destination for companies looking to diversify their supply chains. The country's proximity to the US market and its lower labor costs are major advantages. This shift in trade dynamics has significant implications for all three countries involved. Chinese businesses have recognized the strategic importance of Mexico. They are increasingly investing in the country, particularly in the manufacturing sector. One notable example is the Alianza Industrial Park in Coahuila, Mexico. This industrial park has attracted significant Chinese investment, particularly in the automotive and tech industries. Global companies, including Daimler Truck and Stellantis, are also present in the park. Their involvement further highlights Mexico's growing importance as a manufacturing hub. This surge in Chinese investment has raised concerns among some US policymakers. They worry that China is using Mexico as a backdoor to circumvent US tariffs. The concern is that Chinese companies are setting up operations in Mexico to assemble products using Chinese components. These products are then shipped to the US, potentially avoiding tariffs. This practice, if proven true, could undermine the effectiveness of US trade policies. It also raises questions about the fairness of trade practices. The US government is closely monitoring the situation. They are looking for evidence of any illegal trade activities. The USMCA includes provisions that allow for investigations and potential penalties for countries found to be violating trade rules. The US is committed to ensuring a level playing field for American businesses. The USMCA, while intended to strengthen trade relations between the US, Mexico and Canada, is now facing scrutiny. The agreement includes a clause requiring a review every 6 years, with the first one scheduled for 2026. This review is becoming increasingly important due to concerns over China's growing influence in Mexico. Washington and Ottawa are particularly worried. They see China's use of Mexico to bypass US tariffs as a direct threat to the spirit of the USMCA. Prominent figures like Senator Marco Rubio and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau have voiced their concerns. They argue that China's actions could undermine the benefits of the agreement for US and Canadian businesses. Adding to the concern is the lack of transparency in Chinese investments. Research suggests that China's actual foreign direct investment in Mexico is significantly higher than officially reported. This hidden FDI makes it difficult to gauge the true extent of China's influence in the Mexican economy. Moreover, there's evidence of potential backdoor shipments. For instance, the port of Manzanillo in Mexico receives a large percentage of containers from China. Some experts believe these containers may hold goods destined for the US, rerouted through Mexico to avoid tariffs. This suspicion has led to calls for greater scrutiny of goods transiting through Mexico. The situation presents a dilemma for Mexico. The country is caught between its largest trading partner, the US, and a powerful investor, China. On one hand, Mexico wants to maintain its strong economic ties with the US. The USMCA is crucial for Mexico's economy. It provides preferential access to the US market for Mexican goods. On the other hand, Mexico is also keen to attract foreign investment, and China represents a significant source of capital. Chinese investments are helping to create jobs and boost economic growth in Mexico. This puts Mexico in a delicate balancing act. If Mexico is seen as turning a blind eye to China's actions, it risks jeopardizing its relationship with the US. The US could pressure Mexico to take a tougher stance against Chinese trade practices. This could involve tighter customs controls or even sanctions. However, if Mexico succumbs to US pressure and cracks down on Chinese businesses operating within its borders, it risks losing valuable investment. This could harm Mexico's economic growth and development. The situation has significant implications for North American supply chains, particularly in sectors like automotive, consumer goods, and electronics. As the 2026 USMCA review approaches, the US, Mexico, and Canada will need to find a way to address these challenges. Failure to do so could result in trade disputes and disruptions to the deeply integrated North American economy.